Hello everyone. So I went to town today with my mum because it's my dad's birthday on Wednesday. Looking at like birthday cards and stuff like that has made me think about age and life and stuff like that, and it's made me go back to thinking about my all-time worst fear, which I'm going to elaborate on, is dying. Death, dying, stuff like that. That is literally my number one fear. I said in my ambitions video from a couple of weeks ago that I do have a fear of fish, but it's not like, fish is like here and death's like up here, like off out of the picture. I know it's a common fear that a lot of people have, like it's on that list of like most common fears blah 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 that I've seen online and stuff, so I know it's the most common fear, but this is like, it's really quite a big thing for me. First recollection I have of getting scared and freaking out about like the inevitability of death and stuff like that was around 7 years old, I think. I remember playing some sort of playing cards with my brother. They were like top trumps or something. We have an old stash upstairs in the attic. It was like these horror ones, and I remember seeing this skeleton and something just clicked in my head. And I started bawling my eyes out saying, I don't want to turn into a skeleton, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. And I just remember crying into my dad and saying, I don't want to turn into this, I don't want that to happen. Ever since then it's just been something that scares me, and I don't know if it's just something wrong in my head or what, but it still leads on to today. Like, this is like 12 years later and it still freaks me out. Like I remember once when I was probably about 9 or 10, me and my mum were driving back from somewhere, and out of nowhere my brain just decided to make me go into a full panic of, you're not going to have your mum come how many years time, you don't know when she's going to go, and that's it, that's done, she's never going to come back. And I just started bawling my eyes out and saying I didn't want my mum to go, I didn't want to not have a mum, I didn't want to not have a dad. She had to pull the car over to calm me down, I remember, because I was just scared of it. It makes it sound like I'm crazy, and I probably am if I'm like, it's to this degree, but throughout like teenage years it still scares it, like it scared me. Like I'd have these bouts of like anxiety about it where I'd be just sat around and thinking none of this is gonna matter come like 80 years or whatever, because you're not gonna remember any of this after you die, because everything's just gonna stop and cut off. When I say everything's gonna cut off, I want to believe that something's gonna continue. Like I want to believe that there's something there, and I really, really do. And I think my mind would be a lot calmer and settled if I actually believed that there was something there. My 100% faith was in it. And I'm not trying to like disrespect anyone that has a religion. I want to, but I just can't push myself to. I've tried. In my head, my brain goes, no, there's nothing there. You're just gonna, that's it. It's blank, dead, done. There's nothing gonna continue. And that's what scares me. Yeah? Right, I'll watch you in a minute. I've come to terms with it a little bit more, I think, since I got older. Like, I think around 17, 18, it eased into, okay, it's gonna happen, so let's not concentrate on it. Let's concentrate on life now and getting along with life. And especially after I had like a bout of like a really bad couple of months and stuff happened in that, my attitude changed into do what you can to make life the best. At times it was still really bad. I was dependent on having some sort of noise in the background when I went to sleep, because if I was in darkness, in silence, my brain would switch to, this is what death could be like for you. And then I'm just like, nope, nope. The most recent bout of like proper really bad kind of panic with it was literally today. I was in the shower in the morning and I was just stood there casually, and then in my head I just thought, you're gonna die eventually. And I couldn't get that out of my brain, and whenever I looked anywhere I thought, eventually this is going to be black, this is going to be black. And then I was literally stood in the shower, and what I do to try and stop it is like, I actually just do this, and I was pulling at my hair and trying to get it to stop, and I was itching my head. I scratch at my head and scratch on my arms because it makes some sort of feeling, and then I'm like, I'm alive, everything's fine. So it's quite a big thing for me. I don't know if it's anything to do with any sort of thing in my head. I don't know if it's just a general fear that other people have, but again, it's something that I've learned to deal with. I think maybe when I get older into like my 20s and 30s and when I actually have like a family and stuff, I think it'll subside. If not, then it'll either develop into something different or not, but that's in a lot of years to come, so who knows. I do hope you enjoyed finding out about my horrendous fear and everything. I hope it didn't freak you out or anything like that. And I'm not mad, it's just, well, I probably am, but it's just a thing. I'm sure there's other people that have these fears of all sorts of stuff. Even if it's not as big as something like this, it could be something small, but it's part of life and it's how our brains work, so we've got to learn to deal with it. If you did like this video, hit the subscribe button up there, as I make videos twice a week and I'm still continuing with that for as long as I can. Other than that, I shall see you all on Sunday. Bye! Can I have this back now? Can I have my camera back now?